Hello everyone, and welcome again to the Naked Fanatics 1v1 Shogun Total War Tournament. Um, Once again, Von
Hello.
and I are going to be hosting this tournament. Um, so this battle is still a first round battle between Hobknob and Helepolis.
Actually, I think
Um,
this was the very first battle that was fought in the entire tournament, so kind of, a premiere, so to speak.
Yeah, Vaughn and I haven't been chronologic in our commentaries, and this is exactly the first battle that has been fought. Um, so first of all, I am going to depict Helepolis' army for you, and as you can see, he's brought 2 units of Yari cavalry, both vetted. Um, he has his general, which seems to have bows on their back. So I'm supposing that this is a ranged general. Maybe it's a mix. I don't know, but he's brought a bow in any case. He's also brought some vetted Yari samurai. He's brought 2 units of vetted katana samurai. He's brought a bow samurai unit, which has, I think, a circle is 5 levels. So,
I
but
think, yeah,
it's
5 levels, I think.
yeah, it's highly vetted in any case. He's brought warrior monks, matchlocks. He's brought a bow warrior monk unit. So he's actually invested quite heavily in his ranged units. It could be that he has hidden units, but as far as I'm aware, this is his army.
Okay, and I would like to start by saying, Hob, fuck you. Those flags make it extremely hard to see what kind of army you have. I know that in the actual game, it actually shows up, but for me, now, it's a battle of frustration. Thank you, Hobknob. Okay, let's start. We have 1 unit of Naginata warrior monks. We have a unit of Bo Oshigaru, another unit of Bo Oshigaru, and a unit of Yari Oshigaru. There's a hidden unit, Hobbs Guards, which is Yari cavalry in the forest to his right flank. Of course, he has a general. One, two, three, four, 3 units of vetted katana samurai. 1 unit of Yari samurai, also vetted, and Portuguese tacos, with
Yes,
matchlocks,
tacos.
and they might, I think that's the only. Oh, I just said like. I wanted to say I think that's the only ranged unit he has, but he has like 2 Boa Shigaru, so disregard that. And I guess we can just start the battle in a bit then.
Okay, let's start the battle then. Three,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Okay, no one is moving yet. Okay, Hobknob is starting to move. I think his hidden unit is just standing still. Possibly he might move that up a bit to the right there. And he's just slowly moving forward. Nothing too rushed or anything.
Yeah, as you can see, Helepolis is advancing his army as well. I would think that he would hold his army before the river. He has this ranged advantage, so he could make use of that. If he could keep, even for a couple of seconds, Hobbs troops in the water, that would give him time to shoot at them.
Yeah, well, if he uses his Yari Samurai to basically hold the center, and or maybe just keep them in reserve against the cavalry, which he doesn't know Hob has, I guess. But Hob doesn't really have all that much cavalry, so even with just the 2 cavalry units that Heli has, he should be able to counter whatever cavalry Hob has, and still have some left to do some general sniping or, other flanking.
Yeah, and again, these are two atypical armies for their players because Hob usually has more vetted cavalry. He likes to bring those heavy veteran cavalry units, not in mass, but he usually takes 2 of them at least. And Heli is not used to bringing a lot of ranged troops.
I thought Heli was usually a rather heavy ranged fighter. What I, usually has, like, from battles I've seen before, he has like 4 units of bow samurai, for instance. He's usually
Oh.
pretty heavy in the range department.
Oh, has he? Well, the latest battles that I've played with him, he's played quite cav heavy. But none of that matters now, as obviously the armies are different from what we're used to. Well,
Yeah.
except for a heli maybe in your case.
And I think Heli might have been better off if he had not advanced those matchlock warrior monks as far up as he did, because right now Hobknob is focusing fire on those, and if that unit gets decimated, then he loses a lot of potentially very decisive firepower.
Yeah, it does seem that Helepolis is absolutely butchering Hobbs' archers though.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know how long Hob will be able to keep in this range fight.
Not very long at all. He just lost one of his 2 ranged units, and the other one is probably falling quickly as well. I think Hob really doesn't have a choice but to advance across the river now, which of course is a good move on Heli's part.
Heli is kind of dangerously putting his warrior monks, matchlock warrior monks, forward. And Hob seems hesitant to take advantage of that.
Oh, no longer. He's rushing his cavalry into it, and
Didn't see
yeah,
that.
this spells the end for Heli's matchlock warrior monks. And now the Turcos are firing into that clump of people, also hurting his own troops, I'd say.
Yeah.
Heli responds by pushing
Sending
his cavalry forward, but that doesn't really seem the best option right now.
No, it does seem to be a very aggressive move, and that could come back to haunt him.
Excessively so. I don't think he should have done this.
Heli seems to be throwing his entire, well, not entire, but a large part of his army forward now.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have done. He could have just kept up being on that side of the river, and taken his toll with his ranged units. If he hadn't charged his cavalry across, any cavalry Hobknob would send across could have been met by his Yari samurai, for instance. And yeah, this is a shame. I think he could have played a lot more defensively and gotten a lot better results.
Yeah, the advantage of taking ranged units is that you can bring the initiative to your opponent. Give him the initiative to respond to your damage that you're doing to him with ranged units. And as you can see now, Heli is fighting an uphill battle. Even though it's not that steep, it does matter, I think.
Also, part of his army is just fighting from the water. So yeah, this is also a disadvantage when it comes to mobility. And it's just not working out for him, I think.
No, you can see the tacos now shooting from up on the hill.
Damn Mexicans. Yeah, no, this is because the most of Hobknob's army is still pretty intact, except for his range department, and even the tacos are just still putting a world of hurt onto Heli's army. I don't think. Yeah, this is over for Heli, because Heli lost his general. He's losing his final units now. This is over.
A glorious victory will soon be yours.
Yeah, even though Heli made a couple of mistakes, I do think that Hobknob reacted really well and took advantage of them.
Yeah, it's just a shame, because I think if Heli had played a lot more defensively, then it could have been a lot better for him. If he hadn't been so impatient and rushed across the river, he could have held on his side of the river and probably taking down quite a lot of those tacos as well, which is a pricey unit, or even just the melee, because to bring the melee back to his advantage, by taking out a large number of them. He didn't.
Yeah, ranged units usually mean that you can take up a defensive position, but he took an aggressive one. Okay, this is the end of that battle. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.